Now with that, because I know the library closes in 45 minutes and where there's probably a lot of comments and questions, I want to try to get to as many people as I can, but I wanted to kind of give you the lay of how this worked out over the last several weeks. So with that, do we have questions or?
Yeah. Thank you, Congressman. The way we're going to work the question and answers, everybody, is when we're having you come in and sign in on the sheets, we've worked through the sheets that way to try to address all the questions that you might have. There are a lot of people who wanted to ask questions tonight, so we're going to try to get as many as we can, but as Congressman said, it library closes at 8, so we're going to try to be respectful to that and their time constraints. We go through the sheets, first come, first serve, who came in first and how they filled up as fast as they did. So we'll start with the folks that were here first and work through as many as we possibly can, okay? We'll call your name and whatever your issue might want it to be about, I'll try to get as far over to you as I can. If you're near the end, if you can come towards the middle towards me a little bit, that would be great. Our first question is Kurt Irenberg. We have a question regarding the budget.
He's in the back.
Hey, Congressman.
Hey, Kurt.
I'm Kurt Irenberg from Rye. Thanks for being here to talk to us tonight. I actually want to ask a different question, if that's okay.
Yeah, we can talk about anything.
Okay.
I mean,
well, in New Hampshire, in the state right now, we're talking a lot about collective bargaining for employees to freely bargain with their employers for wages and benefits. And I just wondered, as a principal, do you support the right of workers to collectively bargain for wages and benefits freely with their employers?
well, I spent 4 years as mayor bargaining with 17 unions almost every day of the time that I was on board. And here's sort of the framework that I put into place. You know, when I became mayor, I met with the unions and the heads of the unions, and I said, you know, we can go one of two ways here. We can be partners, or we can be adversaries. My feeling and my opinion is let's be partners. I have to manage and run the city, and you as employees are employees who I hope want to improve the city. And I'm not going to say that we didn't have disagreements, we did. But I think overall that the tone and tenor was much more responsible and respectful. When I disagreed with a position that one of the unions took, I picked up the phone, I let them know. I also showed them our books and told them when we were in collective bargaining for agreements for wages, I was always tough. I don't think anybody, that's not really a secret. I was tough about bargaining, but I always sat at the table and we figured out a way through these challenges. When people talk to me about this particular issue, here's one of the things I say. There's always two people at the table. There is a union representative at the table, but there is also a representative for the elected official. And there has got to be a way in this state, in this country, for those two entities to sit at the table in a respectful and responsible manner. Now, most people who have run an organization or a company or a city knows that 80% plus of your expenses are individuals and benefits. So if you're a municipality and you have declining revenues like we've had, it is extremely challenging to go to taxpayers and say, we're going to raise your taxes in exchange for the same level of service that you have enjoyed over the years. So what I did was I did three things. Over time, I tried through attrition to reduce the number of employees, cross-train employees, and utilize employees through the course of the 12-month calendar year. Secondly, I negotiated where I could to reduce costs, whether it was health care benefits or long-term salary steps. And third, I found ways to be more efficient and more effective in the delivery of service. And if you sit at the table with that perspective and appreciate that both sides have something that they're trying to represent, I think you can do this in a respectful and responsible manner. And I think that we did. We did have, disagreements at times. But when you're an executive in a position of authority, you have to make a decision. You've got to figure out the best way to protect the taxpayer. Be honest and fact-based with your constituency and treat people with dignity and respect. And I like to think that I did that during the 4 years that I had to deal with negotiating.
Thank you.